Talibobo believers coming from the winners bracket. Nouns Esports coming from the losers bracket. Facing off again here. Are you surprised? I'm sure you're not.
I am not, Spriggles. I'm not at all. I was hoping that this would be the month that Wolf would break through that glass ceiling, but that is not the case. So what do we got? We got Talibobo and Nouns Esports squaring it off for that first prize. And we got some bans happening here. I wouldn't be surprised if Lapras was gone again.
Yeah, let's take a look here. Lapras and now Urshifu gone. I think Nouns is noticing that Talibobo is actually making great use of this Pokemon. We're going to have to see what they want to use in response. Obviously, first picking that Slowbro Megu. It's their comfort pick, and it's just one of the best Pokemon in the game.
Absolutely. It's clear that that's part of their strategy. That is a building block. They don't switch off of that if they don't have to. I love Gatlu locking in Dodrio early here, and a Sylveon. That is very unique. We rarely see a Sylveon picked at the top.
Yeah, interesting to see it looking like a first pick, essentially, on the side of Nouns Esports. Adesu, a bit of a monster on this Pokemon. We'll have to see what their plan is, as we do have Talibobo locking in Hoopa and locking in the Zoroark. Now Geese responding with the Eldegoss. Look, if you're one of the support players here, these range supporters, Eldegoss, Hoopa, both of them top choices here. Bruv, possibly bringing in the Snorlax. We've seen a lot of Mime today, a little bit of Trevenant, now we see the Snorlax.
Yeah, Bruv Snorlax is nothing to scoff at. They've gotten tons of mileage on that Pokemon, and we've seen them use it time and time again. They've kind of been forced down the defender tier list, air quotes, but man, do they make that Snorlax look like an S tier Pokemon.
Absolutely. Utah bringing in the Glaceon. We almost have all of the evolutions inside one match. Will Sixies make it happen, or will they pick this Delphox? We're going to find out here in just a second. We actually saw them on the Espeon a little earlier. It looks like they're going to be locking in the Fox right now for Nouns Esports.
Yeah, I really like where Tally ended up. I mean, you forced Nouns into the Dodrio pick early, and you were able to get Mew and Glaceon, the Icy Wind Glaceon and Electro Ball from Mew, great into that Pokemon.
Yeah, Zoroark, not too bad either. I mean, you can really dance around it pretty well. But of course, you know, Dodrio is Dodrio, an incredible force inside the game, all over the map, and great into some of these squishy Pokemon at times. If you can get, you know, into the back line near that Mew, near that Glaceon, you're going to force out Unite moves that they don't want to use. It could be a big play for Nouns Esports.
Some folks forget from time to time, and until it becomes crystal clear, there's a good spacing tool with Mew in that light screen as well to really kind of say, get off me, right? And Talibobo believers in front of them is just one best of 3 to crown themselves the May Finals champions. And you know they don't want to leave everything up to luck. And look at this. We've got Bruv going across the map, going to go and try and harass that little Eevee in short order here. And they're able to nab the blue buff from Utah. And now the pressure is on.
Yeah, here we go. Just looking to secure some of these wild Pokemon. Looks like they were able to get that one right there. They are now level 4. Just taking a little bit of a nap. Feels like a weird time to do it, but recovering HP, pushing back in right here. And even if they get KO'd in this moment, you have to realize they are wasting so much time and energy from the side of Talibobo. Enough time that Adesu is now in here trying to pick up a KO of their own.
Yeah, they committed to trying to take out Bruv, but that let Adesu actually move across the map, take the red buff for themselves, and then move down and put the pressure on and force Talibobo to scramble. Great amount of pressure out of Nouns early here and getting tons of real estate for both their top and bottom paths.
Now Bruv heading back down to this bottom path right here where we see Sixies is level 4, trying to get their level 5 here very soon, just being pushed back.
Yeah, absolutely. Megu just kind of eyeing down their defender counterpart here. Toon Slim there for the support. We got Klaus to see if they can jump onto a Desu. They kind of have them pinched between Zervis and themselves. Can they do the damage? Mystical Fire comes in. There is the portal that comes through, and they both blink out just in time. They come back through for the reset. Dart through, nabbing that Bunnelby out from under Nouns Esports, and now Klaus is on the retreat, popping through a berry, using that impersonation to kind of get that iframe there so they didn't get chunked by a Desu. And I'll tell you what, Klaus is moving really well across this map.
Yeah, that's right. That illusion right there gives you just a moment of iframe, as Dubesnax talked about right there, a moment of invulnerability where a move will not hit you, and you can see a lot of these top players use that very well.
Yeah, Utah have gotten full stacks up on that Icy Wind. You can see those shards all around them. They'll be able to launch and damage, and they choose a Desu for that target. Can they get another one going as they're dancing around here? Toonslim pulls up for the support. Nice little solar beam goes through, but now Esports is on the retreat here. We see the Mystic Frog comes through, but they get kind of chunked up, and they get eyed down as they get mowed down. Spraggles, Glaceon taking care of their EV counterpart, Sylvia.
Also, take a look at this right here. Already a Unite move on the side of Talibobo Believers, and it's their Mew, a level 8 already. Highest level in the match, almost level 9.
Yeah, despite that early invade by Nouns Esports, Talibobo Believers have adjusted very well. I mean, even Megu's tipping on the scales of hitting level 7 just do right there. And I mean, we're just now hitting basement Reggie time.
Yeah, the Reggies are here. We got this big drill pack here in the top path, as it looks like we may have a little bit of a fight down in the bottom path. Talibobo just pushing them away from this objective. No one from Nouns is here anymore. This should be a free Reggie steal unless a Desu can do something about it.
Yeah, it looks like Megu's going to just jump on top of a Desu, make sure they can't get in the mix and keep that thing easy breezy for the Talibobo Believers. However, on the other side of the map, Nouns Esports is putting pressure in the top path, but Klaus is there to shut that shenanigans down. Gies is forced to retreat. They're half HP, but they already took care of Gatlu on the Dodrio, and now let's see if they can get some points in for themselves. Bruv pulls up for the smoke. They try to go for the heavy slam. They just miss Klaus. Can Klaus make it back to the portal? Blinked out of existence just in time. Comes right back through, though. Picks up a little cotton puff as they're retreating back to their side of the team. Here comes Utah for the cutoff. Nice Glaceon Unite. However, Bruv goes in deep, still gets a KO.
Beautiful stuff here. We can see Gies playing Eldegoss, but on a more aggressive build than we've seen today, using this Cotton Spore to deal damage to their opponents and knock them up if they are in range of that. Oftentimes we see Cotton Guard to provide the team big shields, but they're looking to be very aggressive, and we can see that from all of the plays that Nouns Esports has made so far. Just extremely aggressive, in-your-face plays from Nouns. However, Talibobo has been able to counter it, it seems, at every turn except for that first volley into that central area.
Yeah, shout out to Toon. They're moving very well. Despite the heavy slam and all the Swablu and Altaria, Toonslim took every single one of them with a big surf back towards their goal zone here. And now Talibobo Believers are able to put some scoring pressure. Gatlu's going to have to go in, but Megu's their big time slow beam. They're going to be able to rip this Dodrio apart. Can they close the door? They jump back onto the goal pad to pick a little bit of the shield. You cannot let Gatlu get off the hook, and thank Arceus they didn't. They're moving back through. A Desu pulls up their half HP. They're trying to leech with the Mystical Fire Drain Kids. They're trying to get it done. And now finally Megu has to bail.
Yeah, Megu's trying to run here at Desu using that jump pad. The chase is on right now. We've got the Draining Kiss, the Mystical Fire. Megu using all of the tall grass they could find, and they actually are able to make it out of there. As this Glaceon's in a ton of trouble right now. Utah goes down right there to the Snorlax. Bruv picking up some big KOs on the Snorlax today.
Yeah, now the engagement on them is happening, but the rest of the team shows up. Sixies and Gatlu able to cut that pressure off, but that was a huge pounce on top of Utah to shut them down. The Mew Unite is out, but what is it actually going to be used for? It's going to be used for a reset. Regirock is here, and guess who's the only one showing up? Zervis. They're going to see if they can use their Unite and pull the squad through.
Yeah, once again, Talibobo in a very good position here for this bottom objective. Nouns Esports, not so much. They are moving in right now, seeing if they can get something done. Galu just getting stunned down and knocked out here. Bruv trying to keep a decent wall between the enemy team and Sixies, but we're not seeing if they're able to actually get something done. No, once again, Talibobo takes this.
I mean, what an attempt, though. Sixies at the long range used the fanciful fireworks and really gave Nouns and Esports a chance to poach that. Couldn't quite get it done. Of course, Zoroark in there to cut that off, but them being able to pounce on Gatlu early, huge.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm rooting for the Dodrio. It's got the correct amount of hats. If you're playing along at home, that is 3. However, it's been getting shut down a lot in this match, and I really think the superstar of this game so far has been Toon on that Mew. Just unbelievable plays top to bottom, out-leveling everyone in the match. Incredible stuff.
Yeah, if I'm Zervis here, I wouldn't even have come out of the tall grass. I think I would have just hit a natural base back home, because there were nothing they're going to do to stop that goal zone. Here's Toon, though, getting a quick 10 in. If they're stacking, they're certainly topped off. That's without a doubt. Little surf to retreat here. Talibobo Believers looking really good.
You know, when you watch a top Mew play, it is a thing of beauty. They just float around the battle, surf out, you know, massive solar beams that hit 8 members of the enemy team. Somehow 3 more members pop on the board just to get hit by them. It's really incredible to watch.
It really is. And the Electro Ball work that Toon does as well. Great in tandem with the Unite move. Oh, big Dodrio Drill Peck comes through, kind of shutting down on Megu. Bruv was there for the support, but they couldn't get the KO. And now the Regieleki is right into the face of Nouns. They have to focus on that, but Talibobo believers are hanging on. They're ready to put some pressure. The surf comes through. Fanciful Fireworks is going to help that defense. They try to get the reset. They poach back through the line. Is Megu going to come back through? They do. Can they get some spacing surf? Can this Regieleki hit? Oh, it's going to hit. And this is a great opportunity for an overdunk. 35 points and a KO Shrika-Do. The Klaus show has just turned on.
That's right. Incredible stuff here from Talibobo. Feels like they're really in control of game number 1, taking some incredible fights. Nouns Esports tricking him up at the start of the match here, but Talibobo reacting perfectly as we have Rayquaza hitting the board here for the first time in our grand finals. Right now, we just have members of Nouns Esports trying to make their way towards this Rayquaza pit as Talibobo is getting some expert positioning here around this fight.
Yeah, Nouns Esports not slouching either, though. Megu unable to suss out where anyone from Tally is, or excuse me, from Nouns is, and now they got a pretty good idea as Toon's going to get a hundo burger in for free, and look where Klaus is. As soon as that goes in, they're going to go for theirs. They get their 68. Now this lead is huge. They're going to be pulled through by the Hoopa and Rings Unbound. Big time stun gets on top of all 5 players. We're going to see if they can collapse. Megu's already down. The stuns are coming out. Glaceon Unite as well. 3 players down for Nouns Esports. Talibobo believers at all about that action. Bruv goes down. It's just Geese left. Holy smokes. Talibobo believers going Shinigami mode. They're writing everybody's name down in that notebook, and now this Rayquaza is theirs for free, Spraggles.
Incredible stuff. Talibobo controlling most every moment of this match, controlling that final fight, sending 2 members away to score, or back cap, if you will. They are able to score and at the same time use that Hoopa Unite, bring the squad in and win in commanding fashion right here. Nouns Esports just did not have a strategy to win in those final moments.
No, not to mention they haven't even used their Rayquaza shields to go score. They're going to see if they can get anything else in here. Toon's going to work through, going to use that surf offensively really as a maneuver to try and get these points, and their shield is eviscerated and it's kept down. So listen, Talibobo believers did get Rayquaza in a big time convincing team fight, but they have not supplanted that with any follow-up scores.
Yeah, they don't even need to. It's 423, 178, and they're using the fact that these Rayquaza shields also give you a nice damage bonus to just push members of Nouns Esports away and take a commanding victory here in game number 1. Talibobo believers trying to let everybody know that last month was a fluke. This is Talibobo believers. We're on top.
I can't believe they got another ace just to close this thing out. Talibobo believers with a statement here in game 1 of our grand finals. And ultimately, real quick, doesn't matter where you are on the CP chart, the regional finals is not where you want to relax because there's a ton of money on the line in that event too. And it's always good to have a little spending money if you're flying out to Japan.
Absolutely here as we get ready for our next draft. Nouns Esports, once again, they have come from our losers bracket. They were dispatched by Talibobo believers earlier in the winners finals. They have to win 2 in a row just to reset this thing, and then they have another bracket to beat Talibobo in. Talibobo looking to shut it down right now, 2-0 this thing, and win the May finals.
There's one thing I've noticed out of Talibobo believers is they really respect Bruv's ability to play this game. They are one of the teams that bans out defenders from Nouns Esports more than any other one. Lapras being a key component here, but we've seen them, you know, at the AOS Cup specifically target Bruv with that Trevenant as well. So Talibobo believers knows if they can keep Bruv on some sort of leash, that they've got a real shot, and they employ that strategy yet again.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you look at some of these support and defender players and you recognize how valuable they are to the team. I think a lot of us are out here looking at the lead singers, our carry Pokemon, but when you've got a player like Bruv, I mean, this is a drummer that carries the whole thing. They've got a Travis Barker on the side of Nouns Esports for sure, and you definitely ban against them. But take a look at what Nouns did right here. Nouns actually stole away the Slowbro from Megu.
Yeah, not only the slow bro from Megu, they've got the Eldegoss out from under Zervis as well. And Sixies is taking Mr. Mime, so we're going to see a double tank opposition on the side of Nouns Esports. I'd be shocked if that Mr. Mime didn't go in the hands of Bruv, but hey, I've been wrong before, I'll be wrong again. I want to see how Tally closes this thing out, and it looks like Sylveon is the recipe for success here.
This is going to be really interesting. So if they do switch the Mime, I have to assume we're going to see Sixies playing the Slowbro, but in that Scald fashion is what I would guess, really focusing on damage. It has the Slick Spoon, it has the Wise Glasses, so I'm guessing that's what we're going to see. Gatlu once again on the Dodrio, trying to prove something here, as it really did not show up last match.
Yeah, I mean, it was shut down well. I think it's, Gatlu was doing what the Gatlu things. I think Talibobo Believers just adjusted very well to having seen the Gatlu Dodrio multiple times over and over again.
Tally needs to win once, Nouns needs to win 4 times. That's almost 5 times as many wins.
That
almost.
We are awesome at math, as it turns out. Grand Finals, Game 2. Let's get into it. Talibobo Believers up by 1. Nouns Esports need to win 2 on the hop just to keep their hopes alive.
I gotta say, I miss seeing the amazing invasion strategy from Nouns Esports last game, and it looks like they're playing a little more back to the basics here in this bottom path. What a crazy bottom path to fight into, by the way. A Slowbro and a Mime, as Gatlu is actually being chased away from the top path right here, needing to run to make sure it doesn't get KO'd.
Yeah, great just amount of pressure and ability to scamper that Doduo out of their just field of vision here and protect the Kubfu. Ultimately, that was the goal, and they got it done.
And we do have Sixies playing that Scald build that we thought earlier might be coming out here. And we see Yutao actually on the Hyper Voice Sylveon. I love seeing so many choices where these Pokemon can really go either way. That eject button was massive, by the way, from Adesu, keeping themselves safe. Incredible stuff.
Yeah, and getting the KO back the other way, good experience for them. And they need Adesu to get big if they really want this Gardevoir to take over the game. We know when Adesu gets big, they can do that, but we've also seen it where it's lacked a little bit behind and it hasn't really been able to have that impact. Klaus blinking out of existence, so they come back through. They are, but just for the retreat, as we're at 8:30 as Spraggles, and these teams are pretty even.
Yeah, they're pretty even. And look at this, like Gatlu just looking for any piece of experience on the map that they could find. They need their level 5. Bruv in a lot of trouble right here, having to run. We're going to see if Ninetales can pick up a KO. No, nothing yet. And there is that Scald bro, putting out tons of hot water, tons of damage for the side of Nouns Esports.
Yeah, but Gatlu getting a KO back on Sylveon, of course, that's huge, but that was after the Sylveon got a KO for themselves on the Curlia back the other way. Nouns Esports going to have to hold this thing down. Gatlu getting big, has 3 hats, evolved, ready to go. Zervis peeling back towards Klaus. Big Wicked Blow comes through with a little bit of auto attack follow-up. Toons A9 is also at level 6 too, Spraggles. I mean, Talibobo Believers are silently getting a lot of experience here on this map.
Talibobo Believers having to run away from that, using that eject button there to get out of a bad situation as we pick up a nice blizzard into the wall there. If it hits any wall, that blizzard turns into this area effect damage that you're seeing right there.
Yeah, and it looks good. That's why it works so well in tandem with Mr. Mime when we've seen Nouns Esports use that.
Here we go, just looking to secure some of this right here. It looks like a lot of it goes the way of Nouns Esports. 15 seconds right now till the Reggie spawn in the bottom path. Still have 2 members of both teams up in this top path. Hoopa able to send them down very easily, however, while we see teams just getting ready for this first big fight. This is often where we see the first fireworks of the match.
Yeah, and they're collapsing on top of Megu. 60s is right in the mix as well. They might be Scald Bro, but they're taking a ton of damage. Gatlu getting on top of Toon Slim early, and Adesu clicking over to Gardevoir at the right time. This Regice is getting absolutely melted, but here comes the Wicked Blow. It's lined up, but I think it's a little too early. Can they pivot on top of it? They can't. Gatlu takes it, and now they have pressure back into Talibobo Believers. There's 2 players down. Megu's on the retreat. Here comes Toon to try and stem up this defense. They are trying to throw everything in the kitchen sink at him, but there is too much, Spraggles. These points are going in, and this goal zone is gone.
That goal zone is gone. Big KOs right there. Gotlu's got the correct amount of hats, and it looks like he's got the correct plays this match as they're able to take that down. Talibobo believers sending Reggie Alecki towards that tier 1 goal, and it does walk in. A little bit of a consolation prize, but maybe not exactly what you're looking for if you're Talibobo believers.
No, that's a great call out as well. Utah able to take care of the Reggie Alecki. Again, a good consolation prize, but they don't have that much ALS energy in their pockets to really make this bank cash in worth it.
And here we go. They're trying to push them out so Toon can possibly get in. Use the eject button. Huge blizzard right there as they are able to score. What an amazing score. 25 right into a 40. The coordination right there, unbelievable. Gotlu deciding to punish them for it, though. 2 big KOs. The jump kick comes through. Big drill peck. That's 3. Push it right back into the faces of Talibobo as we see nice score there from Nouns. They say, yeah, we know how to overcap as well.
Yeah, Fairy Singularity. Hyperspace Hole comes out by Zervis. They're trying to save their Urshifu. They're trying to save Utah. Everybody goes to it, but that's right where a Drill Peck came in and actually KO'd Zervis while they were trying to catch that reset as well. Snow Globe comes out from Toon. They're putting the pressure on. They blast Galu, but they can't lock it down. Megu can't pin them behind the wall, but guess who Bruv does? Guess what Bruv does? Cuts them off with a wall of their own. That barrier is looking crisp.
Megu heading down to the bottom path right now. We have teams getting ready for this next objective. Obviously, we've got Hoopa on the side of Talibobo. It has its Unite move, so it can bring the squad in. You can see them sending Urshifu to the top path right here, trying to make a score. Nouns trying to counter that with Dodrio, as 2 members of Talibobo are not present, but they can be there in an instant with this Hoopa Unite.
Yeah, Gatlu's babysitting there, and this Hoopa Unite's going to have to come out if they want it. Bruv knows it's coming, and there it is. Let's see who rolls through. Can they get some scores? They have Gatlu out of the equation here, so this is an opportunity for them to take this thing. Hoopa is unbound. The laser beam comes through, but Adeso seals it up for Nouns Esports. But they can keep putting the pressure on as Urshifu went down almost immediately, Spraggles. And look at 60s putting the pressure. Scald comes through in tandem with Geese. They get a KO themselves. Zervis trying to bop back through and get back to their point to try and pick up some shields, because Nouns Esports now is moving across the map with a lot of energy.
Yeah, Nouns doing a great job right here. They might be getting caught in that central area a little bit, but it gives the team plenty of time for Gotlu to secure Reggie Alecki for free right now. Bruv just running, trying to see if it can get home somehow. The block pushing it back in towards this main base. It's in every kind of flux zone you can find. I think Bruv's not sure exactly. Is that my base? Is that the enemy base? Oh yeah, this is going to be very bad for me, as Bruv is just biding as much time as they can. Nouns Esports taking advantage of this, looking to make a score happen.
Another Snow Globe out of Toon just to try and defend this goal zone. And meanwhile, Utah gets a carry streak 2 for themselves. So a lot of experiences in hemorrhage right back into the hands of Talibobo believers. And this score line is not wide, Spraggles. Just 51 points between these 2 teams with just about 3 minutes left.
Yeah, very, very close. Nouns was trying to make a score happen. However, it did not work out. And because of that, like you said, giving a lot of experience over to the other side. However, if those points do rain in, it puts them in a commanding position here. Both of our experience share Pokemon moving over to level 11 right now, as it looks like we're getting ready for just a little bit of a hi, hello in the bottom path.
Yeah, no sense in getting too squirrely right now. There's going to be a very contested basement Reggie opportunity here. It's going to populate on the map and have over 20 seconds to be taken down. So we're going to see if this is going to be one of those opportunities. You know how sometimes we see the basement Reggie kind of translate into the Rayquaza fight? This could be one of those.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so close to it that at any moment, if it just gets closer and closer to that 2-minute mark, you can see people start to throw their Unite moves. We actually have a little bit of action happening right near that Snorlax, obviously, the Regirock, hanging out all by their lonesome as the damage was flying back and forth at the top of your screen right there. 60's in a little bit of trouble being pushed back by the block right here. Big Snorlax Unite move, and you're right, this could be the fight.
Well, Snorlax Unite kind of flopping back through the hyperspace hole comes through, but Adesu just picked up the Regirock and Rayquaza hits the map. 60's is kind of getting locked down by Toonslim. They peel back. Meanwhile, Utah and the Sylveon is trying to find a different position here. That block is happening to the right there. Telekinesis pulls Zervis to the front line here, but they're able to blink back out. Taking a look here, Talibobo Believers is just missing that Snorlax Unite, but 2 Unites down for Nouns on their side. Quickly, Utah's going for a back cap score. We're going to see if Gatlu can cut them off. Is it going to go in time? Yes, it does. Big Hundo Burger goes in, and now Talibobo has the lead. Does Nouns Esports know that? That's the big time question, Spraggles.
I think Nouns Esports is probably sure that it's at least close enough that they're going to need to make a play right here. Bruv putting some damage on, but no, they are not able to go home, gets knocked up, and Snorlax goes down here. The A9 Unite comes out, and they are fighting right now. 3 members of Talibobo are down, 2 members of Nouns.
Adesu is down, Adesu and Geese are down here. So Talibobo believers really need to kind of get off these respawns and protect these goal zones. Finally, Zervis comes through, but Bruv puts them on the chase just like he did last time, getting a little rope-a-dope bait and switch. Nobody's in the middle fighting Rayquaza right now, Spraggles, but this goal line is still 49 points different. Megu needs to play some defense. They need to make sure Gatlu does not get any of these points in.
Yeah, the question is, what does Nouns want to do here? Because they need to make a decision very, very soon. Talibobo believers moving towards the center of this map right here. They may be looking to take this Rayquaza, as Nouns is possibly looking to do the same thing. They can peel off and score, but while this is happening, we have Toon scoring in the bottom path right now, putting Talibobo up even further. No, it's actually coming up for the fight right here.
Utah gets snuffed out after a big wicked blow hit, though, Drio on Gatlu to get that kicked off. 2 players down for Talibobo believers, and it's on Klaus to make some magic happen. They get caught in the telekinesis. They get blown against the wall by a confusion blast. Service tries to catch their hoop home, but they can't. They're too early on it. Klaus pivots back to the middle. There's only 8 seconds left. The Dodrio's scoring some points. It's trying to anyways. 4 seconds left. Who's scrambling to score now? Everybody is. Is anybody going to get any of these points? And time is up, Spraggles, and I don't know where this score line stands.
If I looked at that right, it looks like Gatlu was able to break the bottom goal and score enough in the main that they are up right now, but I'm also not sure. Yes, they are able to take that. Nouns Esports taking game number 2. I really think Nouns stealing away that Slowbro was massive. I wonder if they try to ban it out. Then again, they banned out Zoroark, and that was huge.
I mean, it was all huge, right? You're chipping away at Talibobo believers' key components. No worries about that. So if I'm Nouns Esports, I either need to ban the Slowbro or be ready to contest against it, because, you know, Tally, if they've got the chance, they're locking it down.
Yeah, without question. And it looks like we've got the Dodrio and the Zoroark banned out. This is going to be a first pick onto the Slowbro here for Talibobo. I would be shocked if it wasn't. Just such a valuable choice for them, and there it is.
Yep, I mean, that's a tale as old as time, much like this matchup. Sixie's looking to get Lapras. I mean, that's a strong Pokemon. I wouldn't be surprised that they would take this. It's been banned so much against them before. Maybe this is the opportunity for Bruv to really flex the carrier or the fairy Pokemon.
Yeah, we can see what they want to do here, as we do see Mime and we see Urshifu. I understand the Urshifu pick. Why prioritize Mime? I don't feel like there's any reality where Talibobo tries to steal Mime away from you, and now they get Lapras. I don't know. This feels like a bit of a... I don't know. I don't love this choice by Nouns.
Maybe they're setting up Talibobo believers to kind of paint themselves into a corner, I guess. But look at that Lapras, though. It's got the special attack specs. It's got the cookie. It's going to be stacking, and it's looking to play some offense today. So Megu's on their clutch pick. I mean, Klaus locking in Lapras for Talibobo believers. That was my biggest fear. If you don't pick Lapras, it's an easy pick for Tally.
Let's take a look at what Tally wants to lock in for their final choices. We got Toon on the Sylveon, Utah taking that Gardevoir. Finally, Sixies gets this last choice here for Nouns Esports. Alolan Ninetale's been so incredibly popular today. We'll see what they end up bringing to the table. It looks like they might be bringing out the bird here. No. Are we seeing a Dragapult?
That is, come on.
Hey,
Nouns
I love
Esports
this.
Putting it all out there.
I don't know what Nouns is doing with this draft. This is either they're playing 4D chess or they forgot that they were playing Pokemon Unite right now, because the draft on the side of Talibobo looks monstrous. There are some big pickups for Nouns, but I gotta say I'm a little worried when I see this draft.
Yeah, like you said, Mime definitely wouldn't have gotten picked in that second carriage by Tally. I mean, literally, Mime is pretty much safe in the hands of Nouns whenever they want it, because Bruv is that much better at a skill level on it than anyone else that nobody else can really measure up or take it as like a counter pick. But it's all on the line here. Nouns Esports, Talibobo believers, game 3 in the grand finals. Let's do it.
Let's go. Game number 3. Nouns Esports needs this one badly to get a bracket reset and have another bite at the apple to take down Talibobo. If Talibobo wins here, they win the whole shebang and they win our May finals for the EU region.
Well, one thing's for sure, Bruv knows how to put pressure with this Mr. Mime early. Just getting in the face of Megu. Overstayed their welcome, big question mark. Of course not. They're throwing up walls, Spraggles. They can get out of there.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see Adesu up in this top path, putting some damage in. You know, you don't see a lot of these attack damage carry Pokemon here, but they are brutal with a rapid fire scarf, muscle band, scope lens. The damage is relentless from range. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, and they're going to need to get them online. Gatlu actually going to tick over to their Urshifu. That is the single strike version, so we're going to be seeing some wicked blows to secure some objectives, of course. But taking a look, it looks like Tally wants to collapse in the bottom path with just 2 players, leaving Lapras and the Hoopa just upstairs by themselves, taking everything in the middle, and there actually could be a hyperspace highway for them to pour through and start attacking here. Zervis sets up a reset. Klaus is trying to play some defense, able to get all over Gatlu. Gatlu has to dart out. Finally evolving is the Dreepy. Moving forward here at Desu, everybody's chunked, everybody's low, but they make it back to their goal zone. And if I'm Talibobo, I just need to peel back. You don't want to give them any experience here.
That's right. As we see the Dragapult move down to the central area, it's going to be grabbing that red buff. We do have a Dragon Dance Dragapult. Every time it gets a KO, it will reset the cooldown of Dragon Dance, so you can see some incredible stuff happen where it dances around the battlefield. However, if it's shut down by Talibobo and that dance ends a little early, it's in a very tough spot because it is a squishy little dragon.
Yeah, one slow beam sorts that out real quick. Spraggle's big wicked blow comes through. Gatlu going to get tons of experience. They're getting chunked down, but Toonslim can't get the follow-up because guess who's there but Bruv with a nice little wall, Confusion Blast, and buying all the space in the world.
Yeah, there we go. Bruv on the Mime. You can't ban out against Bruv. He can play everything, and sometimes he chooses to play the Mr. Mime. Such an incredible Pokemon in the hands of this player.
That's without a doubt. Little Surf, Mego using the wall so they don't actually go with the Surf and engage deep here. 7 minutes, 25 seconds on the clock. Nouns Esports Tally positioning for these Swablu and Altaria here.
Yeah, here we go. Looking to get a big secure here. I think a lot of that went the way of Nouns with that massive confusion right there. We have a level 7 on the Delphox. Big break point for this Pokemon as it now has both of its moves. Desu also level 7 up in our top path. Just continuing to get some experience. Get ready for this fight. Looks like they might leave it top to continue to generate XP, while Talibobo has multiple members ready for this fight in the bottom path, but they have to watch out for this wicked blow.
Yeah, that's going to be able to take this objective right out from under him. Gatlu's looking for their position, trying to get in there. Big Surf comes through. Everybody catches a reset. Sylveon gets a KO. That's Toon getting a KO on Bruv. They're putting the pressure on, and they know that Urshifu is going to be a problem, so they're getting on top of Gatlu in short order. Megu is spacing out very well. So is Zervis, and really they need to keep track of that. Just enough time was bought. Toonslim locks down the Regice, and let's see if they make a move to this goal zone. Big time pressure being put on here. Hyper Voice buys tons of space. Megu, can they get a Surf going? Can they get their score in? No, but they're on the backside, and they're getting pinged down. They're going to get KO'd so the rest of the team can get out of here.
Yeah, nice fight there from Talibobo. Incredible spacing, allowing them to get that objective, but it looks like Nouns wants to punish them a little bit. Huge Delphox Unite move thrown onto this goal as they are pushing towards this tier 1, and you can see them now trying to chase out this Sylveon. It's just been so incredibly difficult for them to deal with. Raining damage in. Toon finally going down here, close to the goal of Nouns Esports.
Yeah, but think of what that did. Nouns Esports forced to pivot and deal with Toon and couldn't even take advantage of the fanciful fireworks on the goal zone, Spraggles, so no points really went in there. Talibobo believers uniquely protecting their goal zone there by sacrificing one of their top players, and I like that move.
Yeah, I have to totally agree with you there. It's such an incredible play. As we see the Lapras Unite move coming on down, they're trying to stop something from happening here. Here it comes, the massive waves here, picking up a big KO, punishing Geese as well as they are going down right here. However, that was once again another very good sacrifice by a team. They were able to score because of that, put them up on the scoreboard here, and still we can see in the top path, no one is touching Regieleki.
No, not at all. Finally, Toon seems to put some focus there. The hyperspace highway is open, and Megu's going to have to do the babysitting job here. And look at that work in tandem. Fanciful Fireworks comes out, as well as a wall to try and sandwich this in. We see a little Dragon Dance coming through. Zervis gets buckled very quickly, but the Regieleki has already been taken by Talibobos. This is an opportunity to push. They're going for a little pincer maneuver on the backside. Megu's getting tons of pressure on. I can't believe they're still standing, Spraggles. They had the Fanciful Fireworks land right on top of them in tandem with the barriers, and they couldn't get it done. Finally, they go down. But again, how much time was purchased as Klaus is all over a Desu. Bubble Beam comes through. Haven't seen one that strong since Misty in red version. Are you kidding me? They're going to be able to let this Regieleki hit, get the KO, and score some points.
Somehow that Regieleki makes it in. Almost no HP, but Talibobo gets to put a ton of points into this top path as Nouns is getting ready for the fight here in the bottom path. Hoopa Unite bringing the squad in. Here comes Lapras with a Unite move, trying to get some damage here as Registeel is incredibly close to going down, and it looks like it's secured by Nouns Esports. I think that was the mystical fire from the Delphox. Yes, it was.
Yeah, but they are catching bodies on the backside. Gatlu came out, used their Unite move on the Hoopa Unbound, and there was a perfect slow beam by Megu to sort them out. Showtime right in the face, and a bad Fanciful Fireworks follow-up. This is their opportunity to put some pressure on Zervis, and Klaus are dusted absolutely immediately. Tons of pressure keeps going on. Toon Slim's trying to hit the right note, but they are falling on deaf ears as Bruv gets a KO streak of 2. Nouns Esports getting 4 KOs collectively, and Nouns Esports heating up in game 3.
Yeah, looking incredible right here. Gotlu hiding in the tall grass, looking for a possible ambush in that central area. Also just getting some great vision for the team so they can figure out where Talibobo is going. Now running down to the bottom path, and this is an opportunity for them to stack and get some attack weight, bonus attack for their Pokemon right now. If they weren't able to get it earlier, they're gonna have to make some sneaky plays to get it now.
Yeah, Desu's working through. Klaus is trying to find more Bubble Beam targets, and they're right in the middle of them all. They actually catch up a Bunnelby, but that's not who you're looking for here. They're able to get a KO, and the pressure continues. That's a very singularity, a little bit in the middle there. Did it catch anybody? Maybe not. No, Klaus is getting tons of pressure on, and that continues. Fanciful Fireworks right on top of the goal zone to protect it. Zervis comes back through, blinks out of existence. No way, they roll back through that portal. No shot. Talibobo Believer's push is stymied.
Yeah, incredible stuff there from Nouns, and we were seeing Adesu. It has been staying in the top path. Adesu has just been getting as much experience as they can. They're already level 12 right now, looking very good. The higher level, the better, because all of those auto attacks do so much damage here. Not to mention the secure capability and the KO capability of its Unite move.
Yeah, Gatlu, look at them charging in, looking for an opportunity. Wicked Blows charge up, doesn't hit anybody. They find a Hyper Voice, though. Can't get back through the hole, of course, as Desu tries to Dragon Dance around the hyperspace hole, try to catch somebody. Zervis pops back through. Another Hyper Voice getting there. I think I've said hyper 1,000 times in the last 2 phrases there, Spraggles.
Somehow this battle has just been going on forever, to the point where we are now at Rayquaza, the last Rayquaza of this series. And if Nouns Esports loses right here, the last one of this tournament for EU, they need a win right here, Doob Snacks. If they cannot pull it out right now, Talibobo is going to take this thing in game 3.
Look at where Klaus is playing that Lapras. They're sitting on top of that bottom goal zone. They're looking for an opportunity. Megu playing in the middle alone, really maybe feigning some pressure here, feigning some strength as they surf and face check that bush. We're still looking for an opportunity here. I've said it, middle school dance type energy. Everybody's on the opposite sides of the gym waiting for the first person to get onto the dance floor. Doesn't look like anybody's willing to dance just yet.
Here we go. Talibobo possibly looking for a sneaky score. Adesu watching this goal right here. The game is close, but Nouns has to know that they are behind right now. It feels like they should know that the scoreboard doesn't look good for them. However, in 10 seconds, they are going to find out when the announcer tells them right here. Pushing towards this top goal, and it looks like we have a possible fight. Lapras still looking to sneak some points in.
Yeah, I mean, we actually saw the Mr. Mime Unite there to try and make something happen on that goal zone, but it didn't really turn into anything. Nice little surf by Megu, and more spacing happens. Nobody has put any points in. And now we're under a minute, and something needs to happen. Somebody needs to make a move here. Who is going to be the first one to blink? Toon goes for the score. They're cut off by Gatlu up top. Is this the opportunity? Megu can't make it to the hole. Whoa, just uses the surge chunks off the wall. Hayu brings her unbound. Zervis is looking for the bodies here. They get a stun on Geese, or excuse me, the Eldegoss. Back the other way. That is Geese. 60s comes through. Fanciful Fireworks on top of Rayquaza. They're spinning around. Gatlu's looking for a Tiger. Hyperspace Voice back onto Geese. 3 players down for Nouns Esports. Talibobo Believers are absolutely flipping on it. Dragon Dance into the middle of Desu's trying to make it happen. They're caught in the surf, and they isolate them down. The whole team is aced. The whole team is scrubbed. Nouns Esports buckled and folded like laundry. Talibobo Believers scramble to score. It's ducket time. They have a slight lead. Can they make it any bigger?
Yeah, looks like they're going to, as the points are raining in, and this tournament slips away from Nouns Esports. Talibobo Believers wiping them off the map, sending them home, reasserting their dominance as the best team in EU.
What a look by Talibobo there against Nouns.